You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Welcome to this very special episode of Born in the 80s. I'm Matt Haig, and I'm in my car outside of John and Lauren's apartment. We're going to drive down to Illinois and go on a ghost adventure. And it might be terrifying. Does this make you uncomfortable?
Yes. Could we be like every fucking found footage, like, horror movie ever and be like, get that camera out of my face! Okay, so we'll recreate that Woody bit. I mean, do that Woody bit.
We'll do that for the first time, yeah.
I'm your ghost host, Horror in Welch, joined by Matt Haig, but with one A.
If this was the first time I heard that, I would have laughed, but I just can't.
Hey, it's not my
but
fault.
It's not any less funny. It's just I'm dead inside now.
Well, really, that was really quick. From the time that you came to your car to the time that we started going down these stairs.
Yes.
And John's our misery vampire because I couldn't think of a spooky name with him.
Yep.
We're gonna get, like, all the podcast awards.
I know. We're gonna win. Are there podcast awards? The potties.
Not really.
Nope.
The potties.
That actually might be an award.
So let the non-stop laughs
Let's stop. Goofs
come
begin.
out.
Okay, good. I have my phone.
Open up the back of your car.
Yeah. We'll be commenting on the things we see
Yeah.
as we go by.
Let's make it very visual.
Shout out to my mom. It's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Lauren.
That's her name. Mrs. Lauren. You got it. I like that you say that as though you don't know my last name.
That's a secret.
It is.
You don't want those kind of details getting out on the internet.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. We're on our way.
We are well on our way.
Creep farms.
So are we going to be inside or outside?
I don't really know.
Okay.
No plans.
Inside, outside USA.
He said that he actually, I guess has spare bedrooms that lets people stay in.
Well, I'm not staying.
I'm not going to stay overnight.
Okay, I'm filming a little bit as we depart.
Okay.
But
Where's John?
But if we leave by, like, 9:30, we'll be back here by 11. It won't be
That's
too
not
late.
bad
Yeah.
at all. Here's Matt. Hi,
You
Matt.
have a horn on.
I have a unicorn
Good job.
horn. Here's me wearing my sick-ass unicorn horn. I have no idea if any of that
Do you
recorded.
guys realize how much of this is the start of a horror movie? You're doing
I know,
Exactly, we
we're
were
going
just
to
talking
actually
about that.
die.
Like,
If it looks like we're about to die, somebody should, like, periscope it so we have something live going
Right?
on.
yeah.
And if I'm going to die, I'm going to tweet
No,
about it.
what's going to happen is we're going to get there and it'll be...
It'll
well,
be like abandoned.
There's no signal. Guys, I
We don't
don't got
have
signal.
cell phone
I
signal.
don't got
We're
signal.
fucked.
You've been playing like the real long con
Yeah.
to murder us because
Yeah.
you've known us for like 10 years now.
Well, no, I just recently got, like...
Oh, you recently decided to murder us?
Yeah. But this
Okay,
was-
so we should lay out some rules. And I think the first one should be if he tells us not to go into a certain room,
We don't go in
fucking
that
go
room.
in there.
Yeah, I will fucking, no.
Because that's, like, I'm just thinking all the stuff that gets people killed in horror movies.
Yeah.
Stick together,
All right.
never go off exploring on your own.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
If someone says, get the camera out of my face, get the camera, and in like earnestness, then get the camera out of their face.
What cameras are we putting in people's faces?
They're imaginary cameras. They're sound cameras.
Get the sound cameras out of my sound face. I did film us briefly, and I'll film us as it gets more interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know. You seem pretty normal.
If there's a dog there, and the dog starts barking at a thing.
Yeah. Or if the dog starts barking at nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like barking at a door that's like to a room that no one's supposed to be in.
Just remember not to sneak off and have sex in the woods.
Too late?
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
If there's a porcelain doll, I will not go near it. That's another rule that I have. Have we landed on whether or not we believe in ghosts?
No.
I want to believe.
I want to believe. We're skeptics.
Yeah.
But we're not. I don't know. I want to hear. I want to see
Yeah.
firsthand. Although he said nothing might happen, so who knows?
So which horror movie tropes are we all?
I don't
Am
know.
I just automatically the slut?
Well, you're either the slut or the nerdy, stuck-up girl.
Either of those.
There's two choices. You are wearing glasses.
That's true. But I'm not like the I don't like boys because I'm like engaged and shit.
Well, you are engaged though, so
I'm engaged to
that
you
makes you not the slutty one.
for some reason. Yeah, that's true. I guess I'll be the nerd girl.
I think
That
we're
means
all
that
the nerds.
that means that I live, so take that, bitches.
This is a horror movie
That's true. You're the
involving entirely nerds.
I know.
Matt's the.
We should have
could
got
maybe
some
be
jocks to be fodder.
I'm the
we
closest
should've.
thing we have to a jock, and I'm not even a
No,
jock.
we should have gotten some sweet sports boys to come with
Let's
us.
just get a big old beef guy.
A big boy.
The beef boy.
Come on, hamburger.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know, Zach or something.
Yeah, we need
Hippie
red.
names.
Wear
Fred.
these red shirts.
I guess, like, yeah, we're all the nerd
Yeah.
in this scenario. That means that we'll all live at least.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Though, sorry, as a lady, I have more likely chance to live. Sorry.
That's true. That's
Who made it to the end of Friday the 13th.
That's who makes it to the end of every horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like,
I'm gonna see some shit, though.
And then you're gonna die immediately at the beginning of the second movie.
yep.
Yeah. We should have found a jock and a stoner and a slutty girl.
I identify
should've-
most with the stoner and cabin in the woods.
Yeah,
But
me
I'm
too.
not actually stoned.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
we should have smoked a
Man.
bunch of weed before we came here, man.
I tried.
Well, if Adam would have.
If Adam was here, he would be the stoner.
That fucking guy.
That fucking guy.
He
Hi,
was on,
Adam.
He was on last week.
I know,
Well,
because
he
I heard
doesn't
you
listen.
say...
He doesn't listen to the show.
He might listen to this one.
That's true.
If it's
we
any
have
good.
to be
I
on the
mean,
toes.
everybody's gonna listen to it because I'm on it, so...
Well, hopefully the cats will be fine if we don't come back.
Like ever.
Hopefully the cats will be fine.
Yeah.
I fed them before I left.
All right.
They'll be fine. They're resourceful. Steve will just start eating Spinelli, but she's got a lot of meat on her,
Yeah,
so...
it's true. She'll last
she'll
a
be
while.
fine.
It'll be like alive in her apartment, but with cats. With Steve as the hero instead of Ethan Hawke.
If we go to get gas, like shortly before we get there, and then we go in there and someone's like, oh, where are you headed? And we tell them and they're like, no one goes down there. Better turn back. Then we're turning back, okay?
Okay, I'm down. And we'll call him up and we'll be like, sorry, like, somebody gave us ominous warnings. And he'll be like, that happens all the time. That's okay, I understand.
Yeah, we're like, we're smarter than to get trapped into this horror movie.
Well, it'll be dark when we get there, so.
I know,
Yeah.
it'll be spooky.
It's gonna be creepy.
Yeah.
I know, I'm gonna get like legit scared.
This is way better than going to like a haunted house. Like a theatrical haunted house.
Oh, yeah.
Look at those llamasses! I would like to apologize in advance if I scream at any point.
Oh, man, Spinelli today, Lauren. Sorry. Matt.
Tell me about
But I
our
was laying on the
sweet
bed
kitty.
watching, like, just YouTube videos on my tablet, and she, like, forced herself upon me.
She does.
She, like, jumped up and it was like, and then I put my hand down. She, like, jammed her head underneath my hand and, like, self-petted herself a bunch, and then I was like, fine, lay down, and she just laid down next to me for, like, an hour.
For our listeners,
Spinelli's a cat.
Spinelli is a cat, and Spinelli went to the vet this week. She weighs almost 14 pounds.
She's a big
Good.
She's a biggin.
She's tubby.
She's just a little bit on the stocky side. Yeah, so.
Steve is also a cat. We'll probably mention him too. If I burst out into song, you'll probably edit that out.
Yeah. We can't use any copyrighted materials.
That's true.
No.
And I'll probably burst into Hamilton's.
You can't sing. You can't get in trouble for singing yourself. Because the content ID won't catch that.
I'll only sing
just
Mozart and Bach.
Sing it.
I know that's...
I got a copyright flag for Moonlight Sonata because, like, it matched it with some recording that somebody had up. And I was like, no.
Fuck you. Like, seriously?
My response was, I'm pretty sure Beethoven's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's free,
That's pretty amazing that they would do that, like...
Though it's getting close to the time where you have to be like... Beethoven's getting close to the era that you had to be like, hey dudes, copyright's a thing.
Yeah.
But he's still like, on the... Beethoven was at a weird straddle period. I'm sure this is really interesting.
Yeah, this is all gonna get cut.
Yeah, what you're saying right now is guaranteeing that it's getting cut.
They don't want the Lauren, this totally isn't. We're gonna get killed. We're gonna die.
I told you! Well, it wants me to take a different way. I'll just take whatever the GPS says. It said to go to take the left to lean at Browntown, which is on the county road instead of the highway, which is, this is 69. So I guess all the way to Freeport, but I guess it's faster to go the other way, which is fine. Although if I take the county roads, the chance of being hit by a deer increase exponentially.
I don't think you'll hit a deer.
It is the season for it.
'Tis the season
To hit a deer. Fa la la la
Well, this is the time when they're running, so...
Deer, 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 deer,
Deer, deer, deer.
deer.
Wait, is that copyrighted?
Yeah, that version is for sure. With the
Deer,
word, with
deer.
deer instead of the lyrics.
Yeah, my voice specifically singing it too is copyrighted. It's a long story.
Well, you were working for Montgomery Ward at the time.
Yeah, I was. He was like, I want an all deer version of Deck the Halls, and I was like, well, do you want like the deer to be singing it, or do you just want? And he was like, no.
No, I want all the
I want
words
the
to
words
be deer.
to be deer. I was like, okay. So I did it. And, I earned a couple bucks, and it was fine. True as
Deer,
it
deer, 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 deer. Deer, 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 deer. Deer, 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 deer. Deer, 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 deer.
We're going through the town of Monticello. So it's called Monticello.
Gonna be in Monticello.
That's how you pronounce it.
Working home begins. That's definitely copyrighted.
Alright, we're going way under the smoke. Okay, he's turning. Good signal. Oh, his taillight's broken. Good job.
The diddle, right?
Oh, that's with one headlight that's broken. You fucking idiot.
You're the fucking idiot.
The sky is rapidly darkening.
Yeah. It's gonna be dark.
Why don't you like calzones? It's just pizza folded in half.
It's too much bread.
It's the same amount of bread. It's just folded
way
in
more
half.
bread.
If it's made right, it's the same amount of bread.
You know, a place is great. That calzone place that I can't remember the name of now.
Calzone.
Jimmy's Calzones?
No, it's the
Calzone
one that
place.
used to be in Madison.
Calzone Acropolis?
Calzone. In the calzone.
And then there's Calzones R Us on 5th.
Right into the danger calzone.
That's a good one.
I'm getting sleepy.
Damn
Me too, right?
What's the name of the calzone place?
I have no idea what place you're talking
It
about.
used to be open in Madison and I closed it.
Calzone Town.
God damn it. It's like P-Funks or something like that. Yeah, I got
Pizza
it.
Extreme?
DP Dough. DP Dough.
That's not a great name.
DP
I liked
Dough.
right into the danger calzone much better.
But
if I do say so
DP
myself.
Dough, whenever I would visit Adam, I would get that. We would get it constantly. Because they had like 80 different kinds of calzones. They're like a combo for $9. You get calzone, some tots, tater tots with nacho cheese.
If it's nacho cheese, whose is it?
And they had really good fresh baked cookies.
Thank you for not acknowledging that.
Yeah, it was a really, I mean, the fact that I'm acknowledging it now is only because you acknowledged that I didn't acknowledge it. Well, it's firmly dark times.
It's the glowing.
This is some good theater of the mind.
And the moon coming out.
We're gonna get dead.
We are gonna get dead.
We are so dead.
But, okay, but here's the upside.
Did anyone bring a flashlight?
I have my phone.
Yeah, I have my phone.
Oh, but that's not a flashlight.
Yeah.
I have
Turn on
a
the
flashlight app.
You're right, it is.
We're totally gonna die.
Probably. Hopefully.
Turn right onto the Wisconsin
Hopefully.
11 West ramp.
But no,
This is my big story. I'm gonna make it
Here's-
big.
here's-
How are you gonna make it big if you're dead?
I'm gonna come back.
Van Gogh didn't make it big till after he died.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
his, like, stuff got out.
In a quarter
No, he only
merge
sold
onto
one
Wisconsin
painting.
11 West.
Here's the upside. I've always thought that I'd be really good at being a ghost. So, like, if I die, I can just do that, and that'll be kind of
It's
fun.
true, if the ghosts
Yeah.
kill
But are we gonna be stuck there? Or can we be ghost anywhere?
Until someone burns our bones.
I want to haunt a movie theater.
That's a good one.
So that I can just watch all the movies and like I can do the whole building so I can
Continue on Wisconsin
move from
11
theater to
West.
theater.
West
They
miles.
probably have Wi-Fi at the movie theaters. So
Yeah.
You can, watch Netflix.
And Point has a bar, so
Yeah, so you do well. Plus, there's movie popcorn, and that's pretty
I
good.
want to haunt a mall that has a movie theater in it. Is that too much to ask?
No, you'll haunt the Mall of America.
yeah, I want to haunt the Mall of America.
Yeah.
You
me
could go
too.
on the Knott's Berry Farm rides.
Right.
Whatever the fuck it's called now.
The
It was
not
Camp
Snoopyville.
Snoopy. It's like Nickelodeon now.
What?
Camp Nickelodeon.
I loved Camp Snoopy.
They still have that sick-ass log ride, and I went on it when we went to choir
Hail to
tour.
thee, Camp Snoopy.
By the shores of Big Snake Lake. I am going to go traditional and haunt a house. Because I think I'd be so good at it. Like, they'd be like, look at our new home, and take a picture of the house, and then I'd be like sitting in a window.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like,
You want it to be like Beetlejuice.
yeah,
You're like haunted
basically.
house.
Basically.
That's a weird movie. We watched
That
it
is a
recently.
weird
It's a
movie.
good movie.
It is really good, but it's so weird. It's like,
I'd like write stuff on the mirrors. Mostly like, yeah. Can we stop watching reruns of Homeland? I'd write stuff
No
like that.
more 2.5 Men.
Yeah, watch good shows.
Stop
I've been meaning to check out the new season of Master of None.
Have you heard about Westworld?
Will you please buy the next Game of Thrones book? I want to read it.
for the love of God, no more Caillou. The kid is
Fuck that
old
kid.
enough. He's too old to watch it. What if you haunted a house and they just played like Fox News exclusively?
Oh my god.
Oh, I'd haunt the shit out of them. Then I would do some fucked up stuff.
Please
Like
stop
butt stuff?
watching this garbage.
Yeah, I would seduce the van.
Remember that time Dan Aykroyd got a blowjob from a ghost?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what was missing from the Ghostbusters reboot. Ghost oral.
Yeah.
That wasn't well explained. That was weird.
I'm tired. Can we go home?
Yeah, I
Let's
know,
just go
right?
home.
I should have eaten that entire deep dish pizza. I'm so tired.
Can we just go to Hawks Hill Winery and get drunk instead?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
I got all this recording equipment for that.
Yep.
Ah, we're at a ghost winery.
Ghost, ghost, ghost,
Ooh.
guys see any ghosts.
Yeah.
My mom's waiting.
My mom did too.
Turn left onto Mill Street.
At least all of our moms know where we are. 'Cause I told my mom too. So
I told my parents about it, and they were like, we should listen to that. And I was like, yes, just that episode.
yeah.
Turn
I
left
know
onto Mill
it's
Street.
us making dick jokes. You guys making dick jokes.
We didn't make a lot of dick jokes. We're actually not that
No.
dirty anymore.
No.
No.
I don't know where
There's a
I'm
lot of-
supposed to go.
There's a lot of fucks.
Continue on Mill Street for 3/4 of a
Are you
mile.
on the right side of the road, truck? Oh, he is. That's just weird. $252 population.
Brown Town.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this town of 230 people already has, it looks like 3 bars.
yeah, Wisconsin.
There's 2 there. And 1 down there.
Nice.
As long as the grill's still open, I'm all for it.
DK Grill and Chill.
Yeah. DQ, you idiot.
Nope, DK.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Grill and
Donkey
Chill.
Kong's Grill and Chill. My
In a quarter
favorite.
mile, continue onto County Highway M.
Scarlett Johansson's voice banged Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, but she didn't turn into a person.
No, I didn't say she turned into a person.
But did he just get like an attachment for his phone?
I
In
don't
a
know
half
how that
mile,
is.
turn left.
Whoa. I don't know where we're going now. Ominous CD change.
This podcast is going to end with us just getting hopelessly lost and not actually getting to the house.
It's fine.
Turn left onto County Highway M, County Highway B, then turn right onto County Highway M.
Martintown. Never heard of that town before. And then turn right onto M. Yeah, this is taking us like the real towny route.
Yep.
For the county roads, not on the highway.
It's entirely nighttime and we're surrounded by cornfields.
Yeah.
Turn right onto County Highway M.
What the fuck is Martintown?
It's Martintown.
I've never heard of Martintown
It's
before.
a town with Martins in it.
Those farm lights always freak me out when there's just one super bright bulb up in the middle of the
Oh, yeah.
property. It just casts really weird shadows.
My parents have one of those.
They creep me out.
Illinois.
Yeah, as I say, we're real close to Illinois. Alright, we're crossing state lines in search of ghosts.
Oh, welcome to Illinois, the land of Lincoln and
Continue on
ghosts.
Illinois 73 South for
What if we see the
23
ghost of
miles.
Lincoln?
I will shit myself. I'll be like, Nixon was right.
407 years ago, I'll
be like-
murder your ass. Fucking everything's dead. And it's like 7 o'clock.
This is another sign that we're going to be murdered.
Oh, we're just in a small town. I hope I don't
Things
have
are
to
different in a
drink
small
there. No,
town.
I'm staying on 73.
We don't take kindly to outsiders. I don't know why they have accents like that. But
Did you
they
guys
do.
see them
That's
bears?
the Northern Illinois accent.
Yeah.
Did you see them bears? They bared it up today. The bears.
Yeah.
Oh, it is going to be super spooky over there.
I know. I'm like getting,
Yeah, it's like I'm getting quieter because
It's
I'm just
very
like
dark.
silently freaking out.
I'm getting nervous. Yeah.
I'm not really that scared.
Okay. Well, I gotta hold somebody's hand. As long as
Not it.
Hold your
That's
own.
fine. No. I'll hold the ghost's hand.
It's like picking yourself up by your own bootstraps. Hold your own hand while you're scared.
Hold your own ghost hands.
If I start crying, I'm sorry.
You'll be like looking off in the distance and freaking out, and you'll be like, John, hold my hand. John, hold my hand.
Oh, don't
and a hand
even.
will hold your hand,
Don't
but it'll be
even.
cold, and it won't be John because you'll turn around and there's nothing
And
there.
it's like a child.
Are you my mommy?
John, why do you have ice cold baby hands?
Well, it would be hard because John actually does have ice cold baby hands. So I would think that it's his real hands.
I'm like that character from SNL.
Yeah, you just have very, like, tiny baby hands. Like, my hands are larger than yours.
Doll hands. Ah, fog.
That wasn't fog. That was
smoke.
concentrated ghost.
It smells like smoke. So
It was a ghost.
that was definitely a bonfire.
A ghost?
No, it's just the ghost of a bonfire.
Ooh. Too spooky.
14 years ago, this very night, a bonfire was killed on this road.
Shut your fucking mouth. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
We should definitely pick up hitchhikers, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Especially because they'll be sitting in
Well,
back
especially
with
if the
me.
hitchhiker's a jock or a slutty one.
Yeah.
Because they,
Especially if they're a slutty jock.
Ooh.
my favorite. Oh,
We probably shouldn't play Truth or Dare there either. I feel like that always gets people killed. If we see
I dare you to go get
see, the
murdered
next
by
Saturday he's
ghosts.
holding a Ouija board session. $5 a person.
no. Like like if you would have asked me before we left if I would want to go to that,
Yeah,
I
that
would've
sounds
said,
awesome.
Yeah, for sure. But now I'm like, ghost. Zoink Scoop. I think this place is haunted.
Why didn't we bring a friendly dog?
Why didn't we bring a friendly dog? I should have.
Lauren,
What's
did you-
Scooby,
did-
like a
did
Great
you know
Dane?
what Scooby-Doo's actual full name is?
What? Scooby Doobidus?
No, it's Scoobert Doobert.
Scoobert Doobert? That's amazing.
That's Scooby-Doo's full name.
Scoobert Doobert? That's better than Scooby Doo. Why doesn't he go by Scoobert Doobert?
Because it's basically, if you say it fast, it's Scooby-Doo.
Scoobert Doo. I should have brought my parents' dog. She would have come. I mean, she's not large enough to be Scooby Doo, but
I see.
she's cute. I do believe in spooks. I do.
Let's pull over and see what they want.
Yeah, is it a slutty woman?
So there's a car on the side of the road with hazards on.
And a guy and a
Somebody.
lady.
Oh, that car is destroyed.
What?
Did you see the
What did
big
they-
puddle
No.
underneath the front?
Uh-huh.
There's what underneath the
A
front?
big puddle. So.
Of blood.
Ooh, that happened to me on the Beltline. Yeah, it was
Wow.
of blood.
I have AAA, so if that happens to us, we can call them and they'll come and get us.
I have double A's for the recorder.
I got double D's.
D's nuts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're delicious. I love D's nuts. That should be a real company, by the way.
It should be.
D's nuts,
D's
obviously.
nuts.
I'd buy them. Guy's nuts is.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like too on the nose.
I know, it's too on the nose. I like D's nuts.
Yeah. And it shouldn't say D's nuts on the label. It should just say D's and like just be really subtle about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
Make
these
like
are
almost
D's.
like it was an accident that they'd happen to be named that.
Yeah, these are D's, old style, home fashioned
We're-
roasted nuts.
We're geniuses. We should start this company. Do you guys know how to make nuts? Or get nuts?
You
Everybody
wanna get nuts? Let's get nuts. Scoober Doober.
Scoober Doober. That's pretty
I
good.
can't not laugh at that all the time.
Scoober Doober. Scoober Doober.
Oh,
Scrapper duper.
Yeah, Scrapper Doober.
we're on our way home to see some ghosts.
We're gonna go to the ghost place and see the ghosts. Ghost, 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 ghost.
Ghost, 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 ghost.
Ghost, 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 ghost.
No, we're done. We're done.
Ghost, 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 ghost,
Ghost,
ghost,
ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost. Ghost, 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 I just had this, like, moment in the middle of that where I saw us all in third person, and I realized that we're definitely...
Probably the dorkiest people in the
No,
entire
I was
world.
gonna say in the middle of a horror movie.
Oh, yeah. Like 10,000%.
Like, I just keep... It just keeps getting reaffirmed
we're about,
for me.
like,
Well,
15 minutes away.
I can't think of better people to die with.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well,
I mean, I can't.
I mean, yeah, it's not
Rather
that hard, really.
Die
Fuck
on
you.
a pile
I
of
was
women.
I was trying to be nice.
You can be in the pile.
Fuck. Maybe at least at the top of the pile.
No, you get your own special pile. It's in a separate room.
That's what I call Spinelli.
A pile?
Or my own special pile.
Special pile.
She's a pile of pads.
Stagecoach Trail, let's go there.
Oh, we could stop at Casey's on General Store on the way back.
I love Casey's General Store. Do you guys want to hear a story about Casey's that after I'm done with
Is it a scary story?
No.
What is it?
One time,
One time.
after forensics, after we had our forensics captain meeting, that's right, I was a forensics captain. We were gonna sell concessions at the basketball game, and my friend John, not this John, different John, and I wanted to eat in between the captain's meeting and selling concessions. So we went to Casey's General Store, which was near the high school, and we got like some chicken, but we had eaten it by the time we got back. And then the next day, one of the forensics coaches called us into his classroom because he thought that we went out and smoked weed. But we didn't.
No, we were just eating Casey's General Store chicken.
Yeah, he was like, you guys came back and your eyes were bloodshot, your pupils were
This is
dilated.
really good chicken.
From the chicken?
Yeah, well, it was okay. It was also cold as fuck, and the wind was blowing, and it was like, well,
It was really good chicken.
it was just some fucking dank chicken.
We just crumple that chicken up, put it into a pipe, and smoke that chicken.
The sad thing is, listeners, we definitely were not smoking weed, but he thought we were.
Hypothetically, you were eating chicken.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you were hypothetical.
I'm trying to emphasize how lame I was in high school.
Sorry, when I close the thing, sometimes it's like, oh, you don't want navigation anymore because you closed the window. Or you shut off your screen. And it's like, no, I just want the voice. I don't need a real-time map at all times.
You want to show the voice?
Yeah, I want to show the voice. My voice.
Started that far too high.
That's as high as it can go.
Well, you didn't.
I had a
I'm not gonna go as high
I
as
had
I
a
can
much
go.
higher note in my mind, but it didn't come out of my mouth.
You didn't get there.
I'm not going to show how high I can go, because
How
Yeah,
high?
don't. It's not
What are
gonna
you,
be
Adam?
How high?
how high?
No, she's just eating
Do you know
chicken.
my favorite part?
Just a soprano.
Wait, hold on. Can we replace hypothetical with eating chicken?
Yeah,
Adam's eating chicken.
yeah.
Adam was eating chicken every day.
With
Adam didn't make it on the show today because he's eating chicken.
He's eating chicken.
do you know what my favorite part of Catholic Mass is?
Eating chicken.
No, it's when we praise to God, the Most High. That's a line.
Because
I think of it every time
the
that they say
highest.
that. He is the Most High.
I'm kind of glad we didn't eat before.
yeah, I would have puked from fright.
Me too.
Jeez, you guys.
I'm scared.
I'm not really scared, but I'm sure I will be at some point.
Well, yeah.
I'm just gonna need. Okay,
out in the
I'm gonna
dark.
have to walk behind John because I'm assuming you'll talk the most. I'm gonna need Lauren to take up the rear so I don't get attacked from behind.
Me?
Yeah,
But then I'll get attacked from behind.
that's okay. Just make noise, and then I'll know that it's not safe anymore.
I don't want to get attacked
And then
from
we'll
behind.
run to the car and leave you there. Because it'll take a while before it's
Well, okay, but
hungry
if you're
again.
going to be in between me and John, then I got to hold your hand then, and you already said no. So
No, you're gonna hold the ghost child's hand.
Shut your mouth.
First ghost we find, you get to hold their hand.
Fuck you.
Ghost child.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Who?
Ghost, 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 ghost,
Ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, ghost, spooky ghost, spooky ghost, ghosty, 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 spooky, 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 spooky ghost.
I got one. Oh, ghostly night. Ghost. Nope, okay.
I was just so enraptured I forgot to join in.
Ghost. That was bad.
All this thing about ghosts is really taking my mind off my fear of deer.
I know.
I can make some ghostly noises. You guys ready?
Okay. Alright. Guys, I got one. Ghost. Ghost.
Ghost.
Game.
I got a good one.
I'm sure that this part will just be like a montage of me quick cutting from song
Oh,
to
I'm
song.
sure. I got another one though. Ghost.
Alright, where are we at?
Let's go to Brew and Chew.
5.8 miles. To the next turn.
We're pretty close.
Well, it's not yet, but it's the road that he lives on, so...
I'm really disappointed that I didn't have like a ton of hair gel and like a shitty Ed Hardy t-shirt to wear.
Why, you just really wanted to...
I wanted to fit into the ghost hunter
You
lifestyle.
wanted to
Wait, is that
be
what
like,
Ghost Hunters are into?
No, not Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Adventures.
Adventure.
I'm Zach Bagans. It's been a while since I watched the show, so I don't remember what I sound like.
What about the
It was
guy who
probably
sounds
like
me?
this.
I was gonna say you can be the guy
yeah.
from fucking
Destination
what's it
Truth.
called? Yeah.
Josh Gates.
And I'll be
There's a ghost.
a me.
Except your show will be called Destination Truther, and it'll be all about 9/11.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I'm still getting reception. You'll be happy to know.
Okay, good.
we're not there yet, so...
Yeah.
So true.
We'll like cross over an invisible line onto the property, and
It'll
our
be like the
reception will just
beehives
disappear.
from fucking what's it called?
That's a good story.
Sorry, what?
Cabin in the Woods.
Yes.
Oh, if only Chris Hemsworth was gonna be there.
Yeah, but he would heroically ride a motorcycle into a weird force wall.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, if we're gonna die anyway, I might as well have Chris
I like that
Hemsworth
movie
there.
a lot, but my only problem with it is that it picked the most boring scenario.
Yeah, I wish it wouldn't have picked zombies. I kind of wanted to see those
Yeah.
kids with the Japanese ghost.
I wish that it would be possible for like a sequel to that, but like the universe ended.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie. Like the whole premise and all the background
So
to it.
cool. I wish it would have been the ballerina.
Yeah.
Did I say that if we find a weird book, don't read the Latin? Because I'm gonna say that again.
Oh, I'm gonna read the land.
Vatu, Virata.
Necktie. It would be really ironic if we were on this ghost hunt and then all of a sudden the zombie apocalypse happened.
I've already resigned myself to the fact that I'm gonna die immediately if the zombie apocalypse
Yeah, I'm gonna throw
happens.
you at a zombie to get past.
Basically. Well, if The Walking Dead taught me anything, and I've only seen season 1, but it's don't go to a fucking city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ride your horse into a city. Getting really nervous.
I need to hear if my GPS is telling me the right way to go. Oh man, we're there. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
We're 1.9 miles away.
I'm so scared.
We're only 20 minutes late.
I know, I feel really bad.
I'm sorry, sweet man.
I'm sorry, sweet ghost man.
1.4 miles. I really hope we can find how to get there, though. That's
Like, find the actual place.
Yeah.
We can always call him.
Yeah, I got his phone number. It's kind of hard to tell with these farms sometimes if they're pretty far off the road. Especially at night. Street view doesn't help at night. Alright, maybe I'll see the turn.
Oh, good. We're on Peace and Quiet Road.
Yeah, that's right there. Alright.
Nice. If anyone purposely scares
Turn
me, I
left
will
onto
actually
Spring
tell
Valley
you.
Road.
Well, that's would be
I have something important to say. There's no way anything could possibly go wrong.
Your fucking mouth. I hate you.
Look at this ominous drive.
Oh my god, I'm like so scared right now.
Continue on Spring Valley Road for a half
I'm gonna
mile.
film this. I don't think anyone will be able to see it, so. Here's the ominous road that we're on to get to our ghost place. I'm genuinely
All right,
In a
what-
quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
really nervous.
25516. 25303. Alright. So it'll be on this side of
Genuinely super nervous right now.
25516.
I hope we don't die. Bye, everybody.
Is this it? This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
25516. Oh god.
Perfect.
I'm scared.
I'm
scared now.
That's a really old house.
You've arrived.
I'm so scared, right?
Just calm the fuck down.
I can't.
We're at a house. We're at someone's like regular ass fucking house.
A regular ass haunted house.
Alright, we'll just pull up in here. Well, this isn't too bad. There's a little barn and
Is this a wedding
house.
venue?
No. Shit, 2 cars. Alright.
Lauren, grab my poles. Wait.
Stop.
I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling we'll be inside. Yeah. You go first. I'm picking up a lot of good wind noise.
Hi.
Hi.
You're John.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, how are you?
This is my
Matt.
friend Matt.
Matt, how you doing?
This is recording. I hope
My
that's okay.
fiance, Lauren.
Nice to meet you, Laura. So we're going to do a little something before we go in the house. Part of this is an absolute mess, but
Kitty.
sure. Hey, you guys, I need a spot. It's kind of windy out there where
Sure.
I can walk around you. And we'll make sure you brought no bad ooga booga with you, or that you leave with no bad ooga booga.
That sounds good to me.
I don't want any ooga boogas.
This is pretty fresh, so it's not smoking well, but it'll work.
What is that?
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah. And no, I haven't done this normally, but because of what's happened recently, I'm doing it.
Sure.
After what I've experienced in the past decade, I just don't take anything for granted.
Of course.
Anything's possible. Mm-hmm. So, what I'm going to have to do is kind of circle around all you guys.
Okay.
And smoke you. So
Do you want me to hold something?
Here, why don't we
No, I'm
get
good.
to a better spot?
there you go. That's good. If I can get around the backside of it. So,
Okay.
Heavenly Father, make this burn. Heavenly Father, banish all negative energy within or around these people. Remove and vanquish any evil or negative attachments. I'm just going to squeeze behind you there. Negative attachments before they enter this house. A place that is filled with your holiness and basks in your light. So there we go. That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Come on in.
All right.
Hey, this is feature Matt. I just wanted to jump in here and say that the man that you just heard is Al, and Al is awesome, and we love him.
Number one, there are no experts.
Of course.
Although I will come across very secure in my beliefs. I can't prove it to you. Of
course.
You can't disprove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where we're at. There are people who will claim that they're experts. Don't listen to them, walk away. There seem to be common denominators when dealing with the supernatural, and I don't even like calling it paranormal, because paranormal is anything that can't be explained by a known scientific method. So that could be Bigfoot. It could be UFOs.
Yetis.
But this is not. It is paranormal, but more specifically, it's supernatural or having to do with spirit. I have a very different take on this, which is why I was a little hesitant and cautious with you.
Yeah, of course.
My purpose here, so I've been told, is to renovate the farm, integrate with the spirits that are here, and take care of them
Yeah.
and watch out for them. So, was this scary when I first moved in? Yeah, it was awful. It was terrifying. And there's no other word, really good word to describe it. It was terrifying. And a large part of that is I bought into the Hollywood crap. That if it's bad energy, it's demonic.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're gonna die. No, utter garbage.
Yeah.
And if you talk with people such as myself who have moved into a haunted location and embraced it and are really open to it, they'll tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
There are three reactions, it seems, from people who live in a haunted location. One is total denial. They just, no matter what happens, nope, didn't happen, nope, I can't deal with this. The second group seemed to be, yep, it happened, yep, I believe, but I really don't have anything to do with it. Then there's the third group, which I fall under that category, and those are people who, after a period probably of denial and fear, accept it, want to know more about it, start questioning what happens when we die, start making spiritual connections, embrace what's happening, try and connect and communicate, and have a real bond. I put together, based on Marion Kubler-Ross's stages of grief and grieving, I put together something similar about living in a haunted location. And you don't necessarily go through the steps in sequential order. Some you skip, some there's an overlap. But interestingly, the last step that I have, is 8 total, is where one of them leaves. and you go into a state of mourning, and you really do. You miss them. Because yesterday morning, it was really active in the kitchen. I know who that was. It was Mike. Mike's been a fixture here since the day I moved in. I can't always tell, but I know really pretty much where they, what parts of the house they usually hang out in. Ghost tends to be kind of unintelligent energy, just random energy.
Okay.
Whereas spirit is an intelligence. There are no ghosts on this property or this house.
Spirits.
Oh yeah, they are.
Okay.
Major. Very intelligent. Things don't always happen here. But I would say of the groups that came to investigate, I would say 99% of the time something happens. And it's not like Hollywood. It's not big and in your face. It's little things. The couple that came up from Frankfurt, was it last night? Yesterday afternoon, stayed last night. They weren't sure what to expect. Their house, I think, is haunted from what they're telling me. And when Emily first wrote to me, she talked about spooky, and that pressed my don't let them in button. Because, as you can tell, I have a very different, and you'll hear there'll be even more that'll confirm why I have the belief that I do. But what she said this morning when they left, they had things happen, but it was all very subtle. It's not, it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, there can be we're sitting in a huge crash in the kitchen, but most of the time, it's like little things out of the corner of your eye, or noises, like little knocks and scratching or something. It's not a branch. It's not the plumbing. It's not the house settling. The house was built in 1878. I think it's done most of its settling. So, and she left, and this makes me feel really fulfilled. She left saying that things happened. Last night they stayed upstairs in one of the bedrooms, and the blanket kept being pulled partially off the bed. And she said, it's amazing. I wasn't scared. And then she heard footsteps. What did her husband had? Some things happen to him. Touched, I think. But it's real subtle stuff. It's startling. I can't say I'm scared here anymore. Most of the time it's really quiet when I'm here. Usually it's when guests are visiting that something happens. And the communication is extremely limited. When the family here talks, they talk through this.
At this point, Al held up a small handheld meter with LEDs that ranged from green to yellow to red.
And they'll let you know if they're here. They'll let you know kind of in a yes-no fashion what they think of something or how they feel. The more intense their feelings or their thoughts, the more it flashes in the red. They'll let you know they're here, or they'll do things like last night at 2 a.m. I said, all right, was that Emily and Robert? I said, guys, I am tired. I'm going to bed. And this thing pegged in the red. Like, yeah, let's go. Time for bed. How can I be certain of that? I can't. But that's the other part of this whole supernatural thing is it's about a leap of faith if you choose to believe. And that's exactly what I was faced with here. There are way too many things that happen. The night I moved in, way too many things observed by other people, observing the same thing. And so I couldn't deny it. And I couldn't explain it. So what do? Well, ultimately, very quickly, I made a choice. I realized that the less I paid attention to what was going on around me and tried to deny it, the worse it got. And so I made a choice. And with that choice, I made a leap of faith. And that is trusting myself. Right? I've had a lot of life lessons reinforced living here, and that's one of them. Make a choice. You can change it if you get different information later on. But once you've made that choice, stand by it. And it's a leap of faith. And it's about trusting yourself.
When was this house built? And what do you know the history behind the people that had lived here? Cool.
Very much so, yeah.
And that's who you think the spirits here are those? No? Not at all? Ooh, that's interesting.
Maybe occasionally.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah. No murders. No hangings.
Yeah.
Just kind of a way station for spirits, you think?
Yeah.
Like, they just pass through this
I've
area?
been told by multiple mediums, and I have to rely upon what mediums tell me because I can't diagnose what's going on around me and come up with an explanation. So I've relied over the past decade on mediums. Some of them are really incredible, absolutely amazing what they tell you. There's no way they could know it. But what I've been told by multiple mediums is there can be, at any one time, 25 to 30 spirits in here.
Oh, wow.
It's bitecast.
Yeah.
And you can feel it. You can feel when there are more people here. You feel the energy. And when they're strangers, because anybody could come through here that I don't really know, sometimes I feel uncomfortable. Because the energy is different. I don't recognize the energy. Subconsciously, I don't recognize it.
Do you have any specific instances of like maybe what you've seen that is the most evidence or most interesting phenomenon or spiritual experiences?
I have dozens.
I'm sure.
Which one do you want to hear?
Just, I don't know, some of your most memorable, the most interesting.
Very early on, within the first month, the night that I moved in, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I have that right? 6 adults. 4 teens and 2 young children, 6, 7 years old. 50%, half the adults didn't have anything really happen to them. The other half and the teens all had things happen to them here. It was a beautiful winter night. It was December 23rd. The sun was setting, had purple and orange clouds and gray clouds. And I was really pumped because I was fulfilling a lifelong dream of living on a farm or having my own little farm. And I didn't care that it was a dump.
Yeah.
I just was happy to be able to have the opportunity to fulfill a dream. Some of the experiences, the teens, a couple of them said they felt like they were being watched constantly. They felt like people were right behind them. They felt really cold spots. And I said, well, of course, there's a hole in the floor upstairs. That's not what it was. It was them. One of the couples, he was a total skeptic, complete skeptic. She was a believer because she was pretty gifted, pretty psychic. And one of the things she reported to me after I was encouraged by one of the other couples you've got to talk with Elizabeth, you've got to talk with her. Oh, okay. So I finally pinned her down and stopped her in the living room and said, Michelle said, I need to talk with you. And she said, well, yeah, but she really wouldn't elaborate on anything. I said, well, what is it? Tell me. What's bothering you? And she said, you cannot stay here. She said, I have been on a lot of energized locations, on locations. She said, but I have never experienced the type of energy that's here. And she said, a lot of it's not good. She said, I went downstairs with Amanda and a couple of the other teens, and I saw something in the corner of the new basement. That's the basement under the 1960s vintage edition, which you're looking at right now.
Okay.
And I call that the family room. And she said, there was something in the corner that reared up, and it was jet black, and it hissed at me. I shoved the girls, the teens, back up the stairs. And I said, Elizabeth, this is my home. I have to stay here. And she said, no, I want you to come home with me and Shay tonight. I said, no, I thank you, but I'm going to stay here. And she was in tears, insisting that I had to come home. She was that scared. Her husband had visuals. He saw a black man standing at the foot of the stairs there, who we call Joe. And our belief is, when I say our, I'm talking about friends of mine, investigators who have been here. He went to the light. We sent him to the light November 2012. And he was afraid to go to the light. Now, I don't buy into the oh, they're stuck here. I think that's just stupid. But I do believe there's fear of the unknown. Obviously, we all are afraid of things that we don't know. Even going to the new job or on the job interview, you know.
Yeah.
So I believe that's what was going on with Joe, that he was afraid of the unknown. And the story about him is that he came up from the South after the war with a friend. And while he was up here, he was a farmhand, and he ran across two white guys beating up on a early 20-something black guy, and he jumped into the fight to protect the kid. And he pulled out a knife, and he stabbed one of the guys and killed him. And that's not at all the type of person he was. And he was mortified, but he did what he felt was right to protect this kid, who was a total stranger to him. Well, we believe, because the minute you would... I mean, we had multiple times where nobody ever... Well, people did see him. Shay saw him the night we moved in, but what you would do is feel him. I mean, I had intense feelings of him down there. I would stand... I remember one time standing, just coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden, this huge rush of energy came from the opposite corner, just in an instant almost, right up to me, right in front of me. It didn't make that noise, though. That's my noise, my sound effect. And I knew it was him. And I wasn't frightened. I was startled, but I wasn't frightened because they communicate through energy. And his communication was, "Oh, Al, hi. I'm glad you came down to see me."
Yeah.
That's what I felt, so I wasn't afraid. So anyway, he did go to the light in November of 2012, years later. What else happened that night? Shay, the skeptic, saw Robbie. We used to call him Robbie, until he said, "No, I don't like that. My name's Robert." Okay. So Robert's about 10 to 12 years old, very sickly, and died up in the bedroom up there. Shay, he said, the more you work in this house and they understand your love for the house and the property and the whole place, he said, the quieter it will get, and that's exactly what's happened. I noticed I was busy talking with neighbors. I had neighbors come over. I was busy talking with them while everybody was bringing boxes in. Shame on me. But when I came back in, I noticed, well, there was a different layout. There was kitchen cabinets kind of like those. And I noticed all the doors wide open. And I looked at it and thought, I'm not going to say anything to anybody. Maybe they were open when I walked out. A little bit later, I was talking with Shay, and I asked, "Hey, you notice anything with the cabinet doors and the kitchen cabinets?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "We got here, they were closed, and later on, they were wide open." I said, "Yep." And I thought, this guy is skeptical, and he's seeing and experiencing these things. It was really unnerving to me, because he was telling us what was happening. A couple of times he went out for a smoke, and he saw a figure, I think, out by the barn. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if that's accurate or not. So much has happened. He did hear noises like banging or the doors on the shed sliding. And then everybody left, and Elizabeth and Shay stayed with me for a while. Must have been 10:30 at night. And here I am in my dream home, and it's really cool, but it really sucks. Because it was really scary here.
Yeah.
Just the energy. You cannot imagine unless you've been in a very haunted location.
I'm sure.
This is nothing. This is like cupcake land right now.
Yeah.
It was incredibly intimidating. And the house was extremely run down. It was a dump. It was awful. And it was dark. They didn't have all the big windows like I have now. They had half of them. They were that size. But the kitchen had one window. It was the size of that center one. So I brought a lot of light into the house. And I'm convinced that that has a lot to do with life in general. Light's good, dark is bad. Positive energy and light. And, like the whole blessing thing, I don't know, but I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Might as
Why
well.
not?
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt you guys.
No.
It might be a little stinky, but
Yeah.
that's it. So that we sat here, everybody left, and we were talking about the place. And all of a sudden, the temperature started to drop. And it probably dropped 20 degrees in less than 5 minutes. Because I went over to the thermostat. I could hear the furnace cycling. Would bring the heat up, then shut down. Temperature would drop and it would start in again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But there was a problem with that. The temperature was set at 65. The thermostat was set at 65. The thermometer read 65, and it was friggin' freezing in here.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my memorable move-in night. Not long after, I was talking with a friend of mine, Susan, from Atlanta. Susan contacted me maybe 8 months before I bought this place through MySpace. I don't know if you even remember MySpace.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
We're just old enough. That
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure. So she contacted me. It's kind of funny because she said, "Oh, you remind me of my ex-husband. I couldn't stand him." I said, "Well, what'd you contact me for?" She said, "I don't know. I was just, cruising around MySpace and came across your profile, and I was drawn to it, and I had to contact you." Well, now we know why. Susan is an incredibly gifted medium, and if it wasn't for her, I probably would have sold this place. I wouldn't have stayed here.
Yeah.
She helped me understand what was going on. In fact, somewhere between a month and 2 months into residency here, I drove into Rockford, which is from here to the east side. The clock tower is over 60 miles. So that was 120 plus miles round trip to see Elizabeth and Shay. And I told him, I don't know if I can stay there. I might have to sell this place. It's just freaking me out.
Yeah.
The stuff that's happening. So Susan, she helped me keep some semblance of calm for the first year, definitely. And I started to settle down second year. But one night I was on the phone with her, and she'd already predicted. She described the interior of the house. Now, how do you do that from Atlanta, Georgia? I mean, specific colors of rooms and where they were located. And so I was on the phone with her one night, sitting in what I call my Archie bunker chair. And to tell you how crappy this house was, the chair over there in the corner. I looked down one night, and there was like dust on the floor. It was a pretty big pile.
Yeah.
Like, wow, how did I miss that? And I said, well, it was snow blowing in the house. So that's what a fine dwelling this was.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was sitting there talking with Susan, and all of a sudden, and I mean loud, I won't demonstrate, I know you're recording, but loud knocking right at the front door. Not on the door, but right alongside of it. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh my God, what the heck is that? And that's what I said, oh my God. And Susan kept asking me, what? Well, then it moved to the parlor, which is the small room next to the front door. And then it moved right up over my head over the Archie bunker chair. And I kept saying, oh my God. Susan asked me, what? What's going on? I said, there's knocking. I'll keep this clean. There's knocking. It's okay?
Yeah.
There's fucking knocking. Holy shit, and it's loud. And it's moving around from room to room. And I said, it's upstairs above me now. And she said, well, get up and find out what it is. And I said, hell no.
I'm not going near that.
No way. So eventually I did. And that's another lesson I learned. Anytime you hear something remotely, meaning it's not immediately in front of you, and you go to look or see or hear or whatever, it stops.
It's gone.
They never let you see them.
Yeah, of course.
Or get caught in the act. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. I stood up, I went 2 steps and stopped. Mm-hmm. So that was early on a monumental experience. One of the other experiences here was a night when there were 8 of us. I was sitting in that chair. It was, I think, a full lit moon. There was snow on the ground, but the roads were clear. But it certainly was clear and bright outside. And a woman sitting where you are said, oh my God, there's a shadow figure. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, whatever, okay. Because I don't buy into this hook, line, and sinker. I've had groups here, they go, oh, did you hear that? I said, yeah. No, don't get excited.
No.
Relax. So she kept saying, oh my God, the shadow figure. And I said, oh, okay, let's see. So I got up and I walked around behind her. I said, there's nothing there. I could see through the front window. I could barely see outline of cattle across the road in the snow wandering around. And she said, well, just wait. I said, okay. So I did. And all of a sudden, a black mass moved across the window. And it blanked it out. It blanked out not only what you could see across the road, but the frame of the window, the glass, everything was a black mass. Blacker than any black you've ever seen. This is not black.
Yeah.
And we watched this mass that was really a figure, probably male, I don't know, walk around in that living room for a half an hour. That is absolutely unheard of. People see shadow figures, but it's...
But they don't, like, stay...
Right, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
They don't walk around in your living room. And every time after a while I got brave and I'd walk in there. And when I did, it would walk into the parlor and I'd look in there and it would disappear. So I'd sit there and nothing would happen. Then I got up and I came back out here. Here you go. Here it comes again, walking around there. That was an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
2008, a small group came down from Wisconsin, and there was a woman who was somewhat psychic, and she was very new to the group. And I was down, usually I have this on a desk in the parlor, and I was down there, and I don't know what I was doing. They were wandering around, fine, go wander. It was at night. All of a sudden, I heard this girl who was somewhat psychic scream. And then the woman who was the organizer of the group and was with her screamed too. And so I was like, what is this? And I got up and they came downstairs and I asked them what happened. And they were sitting in what I call the nursery. It was actually the original master bedroom of the house. And they saw a white mist kind of come into the room. So they got up to look. And they walked towards the door to the little hallway. It's a short hallway upstairs, 8 feet maybe. And they looked to the left. And there was this small black mass that grew and filled like almost all the ceiling and part of down a couple feet. And was like, you ever see the boiling clouds when there's going to be a tornado?
Oh, yeah.
It was boiling like that and felt really terrifying. And not terrifying, but intimidating, frightening. And so they screamed. That fixes everything. It really helps. You know? So that was another event here. That's one of, I mean, I can go on and on, but to give you examples.
Yeah,
those are good.
Sure, those are...
Is there any way we could look around? Like, take a walk around?
We'll talk about that, though, first. There's something I need to tell you.
Sure.
So, this, and I'm going to give you 2 examples, at least one example. This, I've been told by people who've done paranormal investigating around the country, done it for 15, 20 years, is an extremely unique haunting.
Okay.
And here's why. There's a huge Native American presence here. And I have stories about that. And people, when you're sitting here, be really aware all around you. And it's real subtle. But people have seen Native Americans walk up to the windows. I haven't.
I was just... That's freaky.
We just all turn and look at the windows.
Yeah, and they've seen people have been out at the shed, and they've seen people walking around in here, and there's nobody in the house. Anything and everything attributable to the supernatural, ghosts, spirits that you can imagine has happened here. Not necessarily to me, but to somebody. But the most amazing thing, and this is why I do what I do, although that may change, are the connections. So I'm going to give you some examples. First, Susan told me that there was my medium friend from Atlanta, that there was a woman here who died between 1843 and 45, around 32 to 34 years old, and described her in great detail. And I thought, okay. And she said there are 2 girls there. One's 4 and the other's 10. She described them in detail, what they're wearing, what they look like. The 4-year-old's blonde, and her name is Lily. And why do we think it's Lily? Because that's what Susan sensed. She smelled lilies when she first felt her and sensed her. She's a little mischievous prankster. She's incredibly lovable. I've seen her in my third eye, vividly as I see you guys. She's a character. She died by drowning. That's the story. Probably a month later, a friend of mine, a guy I was working with at the time, told me, my wife is psychic, and she's really realized that, and she's coming into it without being afraid. You keep looking that way.
Oh, I
Well, that would not be surprising if you saw something on the stairs.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
I thought I heard something, so I looked.
You may, yeah, the hallway too. But it is quiet tonight. So, Joe came over with his wife Karen, and they spent 7 hours here. He and I don't know what, we started demoing the kitchen or something. Well, she wandered around and spent hours in rooms. One of the things she said when we were in the upstairs bedroom, the master bedroom, is that there were Native Americans and even Europeans all around, and they could sense that something was going to happen here. And they were curious, these are spirits, and they wanted to be a part of it. Well, what she proposed to do was do some healing. She was a Reiki healer too, a master, and go around the house. So that was it, because it was a really dark energy place. And now all of a sudden there's somebody here who's going to, fix that. What I can tell you about myself is we were up in the master bedroom, and all of a sudden not all of a sudden, it came on pretty gradually actually. Yes, I got a headache. And I felt like there were hundreds of people trying to talk to me all at once. And I said, I can't take it. I've got to go downstairs. Well, apparently, that's what happens when mediums go into a place and they can't filter or tune out, and there are a lot of spirits, they all want to talk. They want recognition. They want to talk to people who they know will recognize or understand their presence, that they're there. And especially if they have a story to tell. They're like, rah, 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 rah. So that happened to me. That was a personal experience. I think it's pretty interesting. But Karen said that Lily drowned. Sarah was very upset and said there was nothing I could do about it. And those were 2 key points, important points that would come into play later. So that gives you a background of Sarah. They also talked about Big Mike. Do you remember the Green Mile? The big guy.
Yeah.
Well, Big Mike is big guy. And slow. I don't know, I'm whispering because they can hear all your thoughts. But he's my big brother. And we discovered him, encountered him the night that I moved in. Elizabeth said, oh my God, there's a huge mountain man here. He's not fat, he's just huge.
He's just a big guy.
Yeah, like 6'7", and big, a farmer guy from the 1800s. And I think that's proven to be true. I actually have recordings of it. All this stuff I'm telling you, I have EVPs of it. So it's not like a lot of yada yada yada. And I have photos. One more remarkable than the next. Now, could I have made those EVPs up? You're doing recording? Of course I could have. Did I? No, why would I?
Yeah.
I'm not that insecure.
Yeah.
Same thing with the photos. I have some. I'll show them to you. Some
I was
amazing
gonna say, can we
photos.
see the photos?
Yeah, definitely. So, and you can question them too. I mean, I can't prove some of the photos I wasn't around when they were taken. Others I was, and they're legitimate from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So here is, you certainly can wander, but here is what makes, there are a couple of things that make this farm really unique. Have you heard of Rosemary Ellen Guiley?
No.
She's made a career out of the paranormal for 35 years now and written over 50 books. And she's helping me she will be editor, part contributing writer, and publisher of a book that was supposed to come out Monday, Halloween, but there's been some really negative energy here recently that threw me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it stirred me up emotionally, so I want to settle.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm burning this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons she's helping me is because there's a story here, and in her 35 years of giving lectures in Europe, meeting people, going to haunted locations in Europe, North America, I don't know if she's gone to South America, but she's never heard of anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
Was about 4 or 5 years into living here, a friend of mine, I've made a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing it.
Yeah, somebody likes this story, I think. A friend of mine who organized a group, has a group, got a phone call from a friend of hers who asked if she knew of any haunted places because he had a friend who was a channeler, and she wanted to see what it was like in a really, known haunted location.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Oh, heck yeah, I got a place." So they came over one Saturday. The other woman's name is Ariel. And she didn't spend time outside, but she walked the whole house and she nailed the spirits here. Big Mike. Joe was around still, I think, at the time. Robert, upstairs. The doctor, or whoever he is, upstairs. Sarah, Lily, Mary. And described them in detail, and it matched what I'd been told over the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, what's interesting is that no one ever talks about Sarah's husband or the girl's father. She looked at me and she laughed. "What are you laughing about?" She said, "You don't know?" I said, "No." "Really? You don't know?" I said, "No. What's the deal here?" She said, "You gotta be kidding me." She said, "You don't get it at all, do you?" I said, "No, apparently I don't. What are you talking about?" She said, "Sarah's your wife from a past life, and those are your daughters."
That's cool.
It's really unusual. It's really hard for me to handle.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole thing is hard for me to handle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But in 10 years, when you constantly have these unexplainable things happening, I mean, what do you do with it? And it's even more difficult when the story is your spouse from the 1830s has come back and brought the children so that we can be together.
Mm.
Now, if you read works by, the perfect example is Many Masters, Many Lives by Brian Weiss. Do you know that?
Mm-mm.
Fascinating story. Pick it up. It's worth the read.
Mm-hmm.
That gets into the NDE stuff and reincarnation. And what he claims is there are levels of authority in heaven or wherever it is we go.
Mm-hmm.
And Sarah wanted to be here in the flesh with me, but they said, no, he's got his stuff to work out in this lifetime. But we'll allow you to be with him in spirit. And she is.
Mm.
And I'll play some things to
Sure.
confirm that.
Sure.
What I say to people is I love her deeply, and I don't know her, and yet I know her intimately.
Mm-hmm.
I've been touched by her. I've been held by her. She's talked to me. Now, when you communicate with spirits, it's very brief. It's 3 words, 5 words. It's not sentences and paragraphs and running on, going conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something like an example. I know this happened. I had a smaller air conditioner in the master bedroom, window unit, and I wanted to change it out for a bigger one I had. So I swapped them out. While I was doing it, I heard right next to me, she was standing right here, and she asked, "What are you doing?" I said, well, I'm changing out the air conditioners. I want to put a bigger one in so it's cooler in the bedroom here. And I heard her say, oh, okay. Lily, frequently she likes to climb under tables. She'll pull your pant leg. You'll feel it really freezing. People have been in close proximity like we are, and you may hear something, but the three of us won't, or the three of you hear something, and I don't. I've never heard this, but multiple times over the years I've been told they'll hear a little girl saying, Daddy, Daddy, trying to get my attention. One time I was with a friend in an antique store in Elizabeth with another couple, and I was talking to the owner, and the other couple and my friend were wandering around looking at the antiques. Good story, isn't it? And my friend, who didn't think she was psychic at all, found out staying here, she's very psychic, came over and asked me, are we about ready to leave? I said, yeah, I don't care. Why? She said, because I just heard Lily say to me out loud, tell Daddy to hurry up. I have no reason to doubt her. And there are other stories that experiences she had while she stayed here for a while with me. And they're really pretty amazing. So the reason I bring this up is because I have a very different perspective on the supernatural. These are my peeps. Don't fuck with them.
Okay.
We just want to walk around mostly.
Yeah. And don't expect anything. You're probably
No.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you'll
No.
probably drive away here tonight. Nothing will happen.
Hey, if nothing else, we got a bunch of good stories.
Yeah.
That's true.
I have another one for you about connections. If you stayed here long enough, I guarantee
That's
stuff would happen. My only, it's not a warning. My request of people is don't treat this like Great Adventure amusement
of
park.
course not.
You know, it's not. Yeah, but you'd be surprised.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just ignorance as can be. Show utmost respect when you go into the master bedroom. Do not sit on the bed. You're not going to die. You're not going to be thrown out the second floor window. But like I said, I take this very seriously. My wife does not like that at all. That is our private room. Now think about this. It's the 1830s. Would you wander into somebody's bedroom? No way. So one of the things I think I'm beyond the contemplation stage. I think as of December 31st, that's it for opening this house up. I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been getting reports from mediums. She's not happy about it. She just said to a medium a week ago, I feel like a prisoner in my own house. We've done enough. We've done our job. Another connection story, which is what I really want people to focus on here, are the connections, because I want you to try that yourself if you're ever in a situation for an extended period of time in a haunted location. Don't go la 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 and run away. Chill. Relax. It's not Hollywood. You're not going to get shoved down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm not going to get like dragged out
No.
of bed. Well,
Although it does occasionally happen. It's 1 in a million. Nobody's ever died, as far as I know. The most serious injury I know of is a broken arm and some lacerations. We had to get stitches. And they both were stair incidents, which is interesting. But it's like the percentage of the population. What percentage of the population are really deep down inside pretty decent? 90? You don't change when you die.
Yeah.
Same thing. So one final story about connection. There's a group from another state who had been here repeatedly. And I had a little bit of a problem with them as time went on, because no matter what they captured here, what happened, in particular the group organizer tried to have some explanation for it. And that's okay, because I don't think people should buy a hook, line, and sinker. The problem was some of the explanations were just absurd. Oh, that was the cat. No, cats don't pick up, pots and pans and clang them in the kitchen. And I finally got tired of it. And I challenged him on it. But here's what happened. He prided himself on their scientific approach. He was fairly dismissive of empirical evidence. In other words, his medium sense this or that. He put it in a report, but kind of dismissive about it. So he came down with the group. Now, the group is usually 8 people. This particular weekend, on Friday, late afternoon, early evening, actually, they arrived. It was the group organizer, a male member who was about the same age, early 30s, and very skeptical, just like the group organizer. And another woman who was kind of beginning to see the light. You know, it isn't all about scientific proof. There's more there that's just... Albert Einstein said my best, not experiences, my best discoveries were... there was something beyond the intellect that contributed to them and brought me to that place. So we were standing here, not sitting, standing. I say that because it was in the report that we were seated. And the weather forecast said that at 3:30, the wind would increase with gusts potentially up to 35 miles per hour. So at 4:30 p.m. precisely, there was a huge bang right over your head, followed immediately by the whole house shaking violently, like an earthquake. I've been in 5.860 earthquakes, and this was the equivalent of that.
Wow.
But the chandelier didn't move. The house didn't creak. It just shook violently for 5 seconds. So they were going to run outside, and the woman, I said, "What are you doing?" It happened upstairs. So they ran upstairs. I walked around outside the house. No trees had fallen on the house. If a tree fell to the ground, it would have to be the size of a sequoia to shake the house.
Yeah.
I'm unaware of any reported sonic booms. I checked the U.S. Geological Service, and there was an earthquake. It was out in California. It was 3.2 in L.A. Or 2.3. It was minimal. It was nothing. What else did I check? Wind. I did some research. To move this house as violently as it did, oh my God, even to move it at all, noticeably, the wind speed constant would have to have been over 100 miles per hour. 35 and 100 aren't even close. And I challenged him on all this, and he really didn't have much of an answer. But the best part of the story is on Friday afternoon before they got here, I stood with my back to this table, facing there, and I called a family meeting, specifically for Sarah and Mike. And I said, "Mike, Sarah, ABC group is going to be here this weekend. Now, I know you don't particularly like them, Mike, especially you, because they don't believe in you or Sarah even. So here's what I want you to do. Now listen carefully to the words. I want you to do something, especially to the leader of the group, that will shake him or the group to their very core." On a couple occasions, there are at least 3 or 4 instances of this. I tried to get Miss P, because they both sleep with me, to come upstairs. And she had that belligerent, I don't care attitude. And I said to Lily, "Please call her and have her come upstairs." And within seconds, that cat came charging up the stairs and into the room.
That's cool.
Another time, there was a group of women here, and they were in the girls' bedroom, and they asked, they said to Lily, "You've got 2 cats. One is a gray cat. She's a pretty kitty. Is her name Mary?" And they were using the K2. Nothing. Is her name Sally? Nothing. Is her name Judy? Nothing. And then they, "Yeah, you know, don't you?" Then they asked, "Is her name Miss P?" And that thing pegged in the red. So again, connections. And to me, more proof that there's really something going on. So, do you want me to make ghost noises or something while you're up there?
No.
Stop on the floor.
Cool.
We're fine. We just want to order.
All right. You want to go first or should
I'll be taking up the lead or the rear.
The rear? Okay.
Okay. I don't want to go first.
I have to
Can
be
we turn
pointed at you.
Can we turn the light on? Is that okay? I do. This is what, Robert's room?
I believe so.
Is this Robert's room?
This is Robert's room.
Hi, Robert.
There's a cat.
Hi, friend.
I see that there's
He's coming to.
some Matchbox
Protect
cars
us.
for Robert.
Okay. Do you like playing with those, Robert?
I keep trying to like intentionally look out of the corner of my eye.
This doesn't work that way.
I know. When we were sitting down there, I kept seeing like movement on the stairs. Yeah.
Weird.
I'm serious. That's why I kept looking over there, and I thought I heard like rattling at one
Well,
point.
he said he kept looking at the stairs.
I did keep looking at the stairs. I'm not going in the attic. There's spiders up there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the attic?
Yeah.
Oh, right there, yeah. I don't know. This is the bathroom, so he's renovating.
Yeah. Oh,
So here's an open room.
I think that's the master bedroom.
Yeah, let's go in here first.
I don't remember. Oh, there's dolls in here. I don't want to hang out with dolls.
Wow. Well, I'll go in here.
I'm sorry.
This
They're
is-
just
oh,
not my
wow.
favorite.
This is made up. And another child's room.
Yeah.
There's teddy bears and dolls.
Teddy bears
A
and
giant Valentine's Day card.
yeah, like a porcelain
Children's
doll.
toys and
Toys.
knickknacks for. This must be
Children.
Lily.
I would guess.
Was the daughter?
This is Lily's room.
Are there two
Is
daughters?
this Lily's room?
For
No.
a lot of people.
I'll have to review the tape, but I kept getting lost on the names
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
and which
Lily's-
ones were spirits and which ones were people.
Lily's the daughter.
Yes.
And then Sarah's
The
the
little
wife.
one. Sarah's the wife, yes.
Yeah.
Sally. Sarah's the wife.
Sally is a nickname. Sorry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So this is like a.
I kind of like this.
This is a really,
Having,
really
like, a
nice
bedroom,
house.
And then like
Yeah, I like the furniture.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
old, like the post
all the
beds and
beds
stuff.
are so cool.
Well, it's very much like in the style, I think, or trying to be more. So this is kind of a playroom, I guess, or like a little
Seems like it.
pre-bedroom, and there's
Hi, kitty cat.
little rabbit toys, books, all sorts of fun stuff.
And a cat.
And a
Yeah.
cat. Yes, a very friendly black cat.
Oh, you're so pretty. You're so pretty.
This is really cool. There's some very old books here. Looks like a lot of Bibles. And then
Roble. Then there's
Ghost
some ghost
books.
books.
That's where
Lots,
Matthew
lots, lots.
McConaughey sends a message to the past.
That's a movie.
Yep.
Sometimes I get
Book comes
confused.
out.
You get your life confused.
All right, and then this is the master bedroom, and the cat is already making himself quite at home. There's the air conditioning.
There's the air conditioning. Yeah.
Swapped out, of course.
You're right.
So
The,
we're in your
This is
home,
a nice house.
Sarah.
In your home. Hi, Sarah.
We're guests.
Yeah.
We're friendly.
We're friendly.
We're just here to hang out.
Just to get some. I love this
But
cat.
really, isn't that what any of us are here for?
Yeah,
This cat
love
is
this
the
cat.
best.
Yeah.
This cat.
this is great.
I'm gonna
Just
take a
for-
picture.
Yeah, take a picture so that John can put it on the website.
Here. This is a very friendly kitty. When are you gonna distract the kitty?
I got him.
God, this is a really nice bedroom. This is
Yeah.
really, it's just very, like, kind of modern, but also,
But
Yeah,
like, still styled, like,
I like
The
it a lot.
old.
It's a nice bedroom. It's a nice bedroom.
oh,
Sarah.
well, let's all be really quiet so we can hear anything. we could try some of the other rooms too.
Yeah.
Let's move. So that's the master bedroom. All right. Well, let's move back maybe into Robert's room or Lily's room and get some audio.
And I'll crank up that audio when I'm editing and see if
Oh, for sure.
anything sounds
see if
funky.
You can hear anything that we couldn't hear? Of course. All right. Let's be quiet in the playroom.
Oh.
See if we can catch any audio.
Just getting a very faint wind sound that's
Yes.
freaking me out.
There's no one in here at the moment. Well, whatever spirits are here are obviously very well taken care of.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they're so, or become so friendly. This is a very, very nice house. Obviously, someone who cares.
Which is good.
Some audio of the doll.
The doll might make noise.
That doll moves, I'm gone.
Get out.
I like the pegs on the wall. I was noticing that downstairs too.
Mm-hmm. The candle sconces.
Yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah.
Here, cat. Well, Lily, we're here. Cat's here. He was right about that.
You're a good
He said
helper.
if you show the cat any affection, he's gonna trail you everywhere.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
does he?
Oh, he's so sweet.
Alright.
Are you moving on to Robert's room?
Yes.
Robert.
Robert, the young one. The mischievous young boy. I think Lily's. Oh, whatever. Robert, I'm here.
Hi, Robert.
I see you have some
I like your toys.
toy cars. Do you want to go outside, maybe?
We can, but there's a lot of wind,
There's a
so
lot
it
of wind tonight,
might
so-
not be recordable.
Okay. Just a thought. You see anything interesting? We can go downstairs too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice up here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this must be old wallpaper.
Boots are loud.
This is a bathroom.
Oh, cat.
I was like, I can hear something. So you spent most of the 10 years basically remodeling or restoring this building?
you're obviously recording.
Mm-hmm.
You might be. Actually, I hope you are surprised at what you picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
gonna be
listen back.
boosting it up after the fact,
Spend
and
some
hopefully
time
find some
quiet
cool
in the
stuff.
rooms talking. See if we can hear anything interesting.
Yeah, you might even hear something while we were talking. I was sharing.
Sure.
I love the master bedroom. I like the setup with like the bedroom and then the room like between that and the hallway.
Yeah, I call it the nursery.
That's what
it's
I was
not
like, the
though.
playroom or something.
Yeah, it's not. It's the original master bedroom. I think what we're standing in was an addition after 1878,
Okay.
but not long after 1878.
Yeah.
If you look upstairs, if you look at the wood trim in the master bedroom and then look at it in the rest of the second floor, it's very different.
Yeah.
The master bedroom is really plain, just like down here. So, I'm not quite sure what went on. As far as as this room and the room above it. Well, I'm pretty convinced they were additions. In part because of the trim.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe we can.
There's a basement too.
I think I'm good. Okay. Is there anything else we want to do yet?
Basement.
The basement?
Yeah.
Are we allowed?
Sure. There's two.
Two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you that the old one,
Yep.
the stairs off the hallway, is questionable
Okay.
as far as the energy. What happened, it's a month ago now, let's see, what's the date? I think it was September 9th was the weekend they visited, but some really strange things happened, including the basement door opened wide twice during the weekend.
Oof.
And usually that's a sign of something not good is wandering around in the house. I'm cleaning it up down there. You let me know, I bought a dehumidifier and I don't think it's big enough because it feels humid down there.
Yeah.
So anyway, go ahead. The light is on. The door is right off the hallway.
Okay.
On the light switch is immediately on the right.
Okay.
So you can open the door, kind of feel around.
Okay.
Sure.
And Merlin will probably want to go down with you. As long as I get it back up here.
That's fine.
Wait. Oh, here.
Oh.
Is it back here? That is. Yeah, it's down here.
Oh, okay.
Immediately. On the right. Oh boy.
Oh my. Okay.
I can already tell from the door that
Kinda
it's
has a
gonna be cool.
basement
Yeah.
access.
For sure.
Oh, spiders. Hi, cats.
Very low.
Alright, I'm trying to make it around the door frame with this pool.
Oh, I'm taking a picture of you in this space.
Oh boy, this really is an old basement.
It does kind of feel humid down here, but not too bad.
Yeah.
It'd be really spooky without the lights.
No.
Let me go over there.
So it's
Guys!
Do you want to go that way so we can
like
get into the more open area?
stonework on the walls instead of concrete.
Very old.
John can't stand up straight.
Crumbling. Yeah, it's. Oh man, I'm gonna have so many dead spiders in my hair.
I can stand up
can't
straight
even, like-
everywhere.
Very old though. The snow in there.
Oh, there's a crawl space.
Yeah, there's lots of them. There's a door there. I don't know where that goes.
The cat.
The cat must just love being in here.
Oh yeah. I'm glad there's cats here. I'm much more comfortable when there's cats around.
Me too.
Spooky. Yeah. Well, you know, as you said, you think cats are good spirits. Oh, the other kitty?
Yeah. I just waved it. For the listeners, I just waved at the cat, so that's my
Is
life.
there any, like, okay. I saw some weird shadows here. It's that moth.
That's not a moth, that's a wasp.
Oh.
Yeah, is that wasp nest on the ground?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, it looks like it got torn down at some point. One straggler. I don't really hear anything. Let's be quiet, though. Yeah, I want to get away from that stupid wasp.
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
Get out of here. There's another basement.
Yeah.
Let me go up the stairs. I'll watch my head.
Cats are so dumb.
Yeah. Oof. Crack. Oh, there's one.
And now John's turned the light off on me.
Yeah. Rude.
You're all the way up the stairs. Over there. All right. Check
You
that
go
out.
first.
Oh yeah, obviously. I'm gonna leave.
The cat went down there.
Yes, he did. That was loud. There's a cat down there.
Well, he ran upstairs.
So either you ran away from the noise or it caused it.
I didn't see him come up.
I saw him come up.
It's like this thing fell over.
It's cold down here. What
You
thing?
can see
Oh, yeah.
whatever that is.
That's right.
Can't probably knock that over.
If I know cats.
So this is obviously way newer.
Yeah, it's brick, but proper bricks.
I wonder if this used to have something on it. You okay with that?
Me? Yeah.
Are you sure? Because you're like surrounded by spirits right now.
I'm fine. Ah.
That's me. You can see my car out there.
Oh.
Yeah, nothing. Just got knocked over though. That was a lot of pain though. I will admit, I did jump.
I did too.
That hurt. Alright. Click the light. You can see.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I'm good. Are the cats up?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can shut the door.
So what was the large group kick? What was it?
Well,
I think
I think the cat knocked something over because all of a
There's
sudden
a-
they
like a
run
piece of duct.
upstairs.
I don't know.
There's like a
Like
metal
a square
thing. Maybe
metal
not. I don't know.
thing on the floor. Like a.
I don't know what
Like a
it
piece
was.
of like
Vent or something.
vent, like tubing or like metal. It was loud, but
Yeah, it was.
he ran away. He was down there.
Because he's a knucklehead. So, you want to hear Sarah?
Sure.
All right. So, a friend of mine has become a friend. She has a small paranormal investigating team, and she's actually very psychic. And she called me to ask if she had a small group of women, 5 women, I think, and she was training them the proper etiquette when you investigate, like don't smoke, you don't whisper when you're trying to record EVPs. And she asked, can I bring the group of women to the forest? Yeah, of course you can. So they did, she did. And they were up in the master bedroom. And a woman named Jennifer was asking questions and saying, you know, we're here to visit, just like you said, we don't mean any harm. I'm sitting on the bed. If that offends you, let me know, give me a sign. This is why I told you to be respectful.
That's it.
So, let me find it. Here we go. Good.
If it bothers you, make a noise. Knock something over. Let us know and I'll get up.
You hear what she said?
No.
Did?
No.
Really?
Nope. I've only heard it once though.
If it bothers you, make a noise. Knock something over. Let us know and I'll get up.
Yes or something? Yeah.
Get up.
I was gonna say,
Get up,
did you
get
say get up?
Yeah.
If it bothers you, make a noise. Knock something over. Let us know and I'll get up.
And then snapping your fingers. Get up. I might have to translate this one. This is a group from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and they were in the master bedroom talking with Sarah, and they asked Sarah, how do you feel about Al?
Say love him.
Uh-huh. Love him. Yep. And I love you too. Okay. And let's see. What else is interesting? Oh, giggling. Lily, maybe, or Mary? Hear that? I mean, I know you heard it. Did you hear what was said?
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
get him out now. And that was the same group of those poor people that got the I love him. This is a great one. You'll have to figure this one out.
What was that? A song of some sort?
What was?
It sounded like walking. I don't know.
Sort of. What'd you do when you were a little girl?
Is it dancing?
Close.
Clapping?
Close. Stop. Turn. Go back.
Is that hopscotch?
Uh-huh.
Yep, the stop.
Yeah, is that cool? All right, so nobody was in the shed. Nobody in there.
Just the bang.
I kind of paranormal events and teams say, "What's in these EVPs we got?" And I think, really? That's the best you can do? I mean, this is amazing. Okay. Remember Big Mike?
Yes.
Hear it?
You say F off?
No.
Oh, what does he say?
Michael.
Oh, wait, oh. Michael.
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah.
What's significant about that is when I used to travel out of town for business, as I was leaving, I'd stay in the kitchen and say, "Michael," to get his attention. You're the king of the castle now. You protect the place. And so obviously when I asked the question, he wanted to make sure that there was no misunderstanding. He was being serious. He didn't say yes, yeah, it's me, it's Mike. He said Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, I think that's pretty amazing. Okay. This is hard to hear, but I'll play it. Right at the end, "I'm gonna hurt you." It's hard to hear.
Oh, yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Let's see. You know what that is?
No.
He's singing.
Something like.
Yeah, but think about it. Happy birthday. Oh, this is creepy.
Play it again.
You killed him?
Close.
You killed it?
You killed me?
No, you willed it.
You willed it.
Yeah, like you wanted it to happen. Oh, all right. Here is, unfortunately, this was collected by the group that doubted what had happened the day there was a loud bang and the house shaking. But they've captured what I still believe is the best EVP here. And why is that? I'll have to interpret it for you, but it actually is very clear, and it's 10 words.
Oh, wow.
I don't want her to crawl up the ladder like that. What makes it more amazing is one of the team members was climbing, not crawling, but crawling up the ladder to the attic. I find this a little comical. This one, let's see. Okay. What?
I heard that.
What? This was in the barn.
Just laughter.
Yeah. There was no one home when I play this next one. Absolutely no one. Zero, nada, nobody. Oh, yeah, let me play that. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like conversation.
This, we have no idea what's being said, but I'll point my finger every time you hear it, and we're pretty convinced it's Lily, because that's who's being spoken to. No, not that, Jesus. Yeah, she's talking to them. What else? Well, let's do this one. So there was husband and wife, the wife's brother, and his 21-year-old daughter. And I bought princess books. I've got to read to Lily. I haven't done that in quite a while. I, in Walmart, bought Walt Disney princess books. She loves princess stories.
Good taste.
And her favorite princess, do you know who that is?
Is it Belle?
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Yeah. So I'll find that too. That one you have to listen to really carefully. But so I think this is Lily. I don't think it's Mary. So Lauren sat on the bed with her father. Lauren's a 21-year-old and read some stories and wanted to find princess stories. So she got up and she walked into what I call the nursery. And when she was in there, the K2 went nuts. And orb floated all around. Little orb. And so her aunt, Brenda, asked what Lauren was doing. She said, well, I'm looking for a princess book. And Brenda said, well, look, I found one right here. So Lauren came back into the girls' room, sat on the bed, and this lit up again, like, oh, she's back. And this is what she said. Right?
Yes.
Princess.
Princess.
And it almost sounds like she says okay.
I don't know. There's a guy here who's been here a couple times who picked up other things being said in some of these EVPs, and I never wrote it down, unfortunately, because it was pretty interesting. Some people have really well attuned ears to pick this stuff up. A lot of this stuff I had to have people tell me what it was. I kind of got it. And then when you hear something and somebody else doesn't, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. You can't hear that? This was fun. This is a lot of fun. I hope by this fall, late fall, very late fall, I will have a new kitchen and 2 bathrooms. Excellent. I think that's really comical. Did you get it? It's real clear.
Yeah, I heard. Which was the?
I hope by this fall, late fall, very late fall, I will have a new kitchen. Excellent.
Would be
So there you have it.
nice. That's really, really interesting.
The farm.
Some very cool audio. Maybe we'll let you know if we caught anything.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, please do.
For sure. Otherwise,
Okay. See, we're done now?
yeah.
Well,
I
said,
mean,
yeah,
they'll probably,
we're
because
done.
we've been recording from when we left Madison to
Oh,
when we
yeah.
came here, so there'll be
There's a
some.
lot of us talking about being scared in the car. And
Yeah, we
things.
we talked about how what if this is literally us entering a horror film, just with the filming and road
So,
trip aspect
Because
of
we were
it.
recording our conversation.
But we don't
Do
actually
you have
think
a
that.
different perspective now?
I really do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so, for sure.
I
'Cause it seems
really
like,
enjoyed listening to all the stories and
Well, because you always think of haunting as always a bad thing.
Right.
It doesn't seem like it's a bad thing.
I did.
It seems like it's just what's happening in this house,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's
part
it.
of it.
Right, exactly. I did. I was scared. I told you within my first 2 months, I drove into Rockford to see Shay and Elizabeth and said, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I should say, when you mentioned that I kept looking up the stairs, I did feel like I was seeing I can't peg what it was because it was just out the corner of my eye, but I felt like I saw movement a couple of times. I don't know what at one point I thought it looked like a cat, but it wasn't a cat.
It was Sarah or Lily,
Yeah.
Yep.
probably. Wouldn't be Big Mike. He would have caught that over there.
Yeah.
But I can't explain this.
Yeah.
It's very real. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And it's not scary, and they're not evil. and-
No, you don't feel unwelcome. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a different perspective. Yeah.
Well,
for
that's
sure.
it. And so if you can get that across, that would
Yeah.
be great.
That
Yeah,
sounds
I
like a
mentioned when we were upstairs, I said, I saw movement when we were sitting down there. I mentioned, upstairs, so I'll record. That'll be recorded on the podcast that I
Okay.
Well,
I'm
send
not-
me a link to it. It's
recorded
good.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
And where's the after party?
That was the after party. The hour and a half drive home at 9:30 at night.
Figure
Is it already?
we can record a little bit
Yep.
with impressions,
Sure.
and then if I find anything mind blowing when I'm editing, record that after the fact.
Yeah.
But I don't think I need to have this on the whole ride back.
No.
So what did you guys think?
That was
It was really interesting.
really interesting.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool. I thought the EVP
Yeah.
stuff with that meter, I was like, oh, it's probably just our cell phone or something.
Yeah, the
But
EMF thing. Yeah.
Then of course, he was talking about that. It's like, well, but then of course it was dead for a while, and we weren't doing anything. So it was like,
And I had my cell phone in my breast pocket.
we didn't move basically. Everything
Yeah.
stayed the same, but that would change.
It would go full red and then
Yeah,
nothing
I thought that
for
was
a long
really
time.
interesting. I don't know if it was necessarily reacting to what was being said, but it definitely was some. We were all sitting there before earlier.
Yeah.
Same situation.
But then when you started going through pictures, it started.
Yeah. Turn the AC off.
It was as soon as we got there, all of my sort of anxiety went away. It was he's a very calming presence.
I was
and
about
it's
to
I
a
got
say-
a
very
little
nice
nervous
house.
when he did the sage thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh god. I don't know. I grabbed
what kind
onto
of
both
evil
of your
spirits
arms.
are you trying to cleanse?
I know, but I think it was like, hey, I've got things nice here now.
Yeah.
I don't want you to bring anything. Yeah.
I don't want any spirits that are gonna make my life miserable.
Yeah.
Let's keep. Because I wonder if that's kind of a thing that spirits travel with people or whatnot. So
Yeah, like I got nervous when he did that, but then you're right, he is a very calming presence.
And I just like listening to people tell stories.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too. Me
Those
too.
are
I was
good.
like, just like enthralled that entire time.
Oh yeah. I'll tell some really interesting stories.
He does. If he writes a book, I'll read it.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I told him, like, the book comes out, we can...
Yeah, we'll
talk
mention it
about
on the show. So if I find anything crazy, I'll let you
I
guys
didn't
know.
hear anything, but that's kind of one of those things that...
Yeah, I think you have
You
to
need to have
listen.
headphones on, and, like,
It's gotta be like, yeah.
what do we hear?
There were a couple of them that before he told us what they said I heard, but I didn't want to say in case I was wrong.
Yeah, I was like that a little bit. And then there were ones where I was like, I could tell it's a voice.
But I can't
But I don't
tell
know what it's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was some pretty interesting EVPs. I had heard some other ones, too, on YouTube of some people that investigate. I'll have to look up
That was interesting.
Willow Creek Farm on YouTube and see what... Because he said there were some other investigators.
Yeah, we'll have to
that
check
came.
that out. That was interesting what he said about, like, Sarah being his wife and Lily being his
From a
kid.
previous life, yeah.
That's, I don't know, that's cool.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to this episode of Born in the 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we start talking about anything interesting, we'll record.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Bye.